Well, good morning, friends, and welcome to my channel. This is Crystal, and I thought it would be enjoyable to share some of my daily winter homemaking routines, I guess. I'm a stay-at-home wife, and I enjoy most seasons other than winter. But you know, there are things that I have done and will do to try to keep me motivated and to make life enjoyable. And so I am just going to take you through, I think this was filmed over a couple of days at least, and just share my daily life with you. One of the big things that I will do is to start a project during the winter, and something that I can look forward to doing. And this year my goal was to start, or is to start, and make an Afghan. I found a great pattern online, Creative Grandma. I will leave the link to this pattern below. She is the best crochet teacher I have ever found online. So if you have any interest in this or any of her other projects she has, you might want to check her out. But I unloaded all my yarn, as you can see, very excited, and then decided, okay, before I allow myself to get too much into a project, I like to take time to just clean my house, catch up on my chores, make sure I have dinner prepared, and take care of just, the basics in life. And then my reward is being able to sit down and work on my project. I think winter is a great time to be able to just settle into the rhythms and the routines of daily life. The other seasons can always seem so busy. My husband and I like to do a lot of traveling, and we tend to do that in the spring, the summer, the fall, lots more family time activities and things like that. And when winter comes, all kind of comes to an end. We don't really travel in the winter due to the weather, and it is just a great opportunity to just enjoy and be content in this season, take care of things, start things like projects, and just enjoy the day-to-day life. I got a request a few videos back about the toys that I keep for my grandchildren, and I thought maybe I would just share a little bit about that in this video as well. My grandkids had been up to visit, so I was kind of reorganizing and cleaning up from their visit. And I have what I call my little school corner, and it is where I keep all of my toys and the things that I have for them to play with. Now, I am very minimalistic when it comes to how much I have for them, and I find kids just function better as a mother of 8 fully grown children now, but I find that kids have always functioned better when things are minimalistic. Too much stuff creates too much confusion and chaos for a child, at least in my opinion. I know other people may not agree, and so I keep that same sort of system with my grandkids. That little bucket is an old milk bucket that I had when I had goats, and it is full of little matchbox cars type things. And the desk that you see there is actually an antique. My grandmother bought it for me when I was like 5 years old. So it's really special to me to be able to have that for my children, and they love it. The little ones love it. Right now, all this has it in is a box of crayons. The box has been long gotten rid of, but they have crayons in there, and I have a coloring book down there for them. And I have these other little books that were books that I read to my own children and were able to just bring up the ones that appealed to me or I thought might appeal to them the most. Above that, I didn't show it too much, but I have another set of books, like old readers and old school type books, and they enjoy pulling those out and reading them. They seem to have a lot of fun with all these things. But there you go, and you can see my books. Like I said, I have older books here that I kind of on a school-like theme, another little basket full of cars, but that is their play corner for the younger children. Now, for the older grandchildren that I have kind of turned my things in my living room to be more kid-friendly. And so I have some board games, and in this bowl down here, I have some card games that are based on board games, and they really enjoy playing those. So that is kind of fun to be able to, for them to come, and usually they come and have lunch, and then they play the games while we all visit, and it just adds to an enjoyable afternoon when they are here. This, which can look like a decoration, is actually a wooden Mancala board that I have, and that one they have yet to pull out. I'm not even sure how to play it. I found it at Goodwill and just thought, okay, well, let me bring it up, but life gets busy and they get distracted by the other board games or card games, and those are the little pieces for the Mancala. Anyway, that is how I entertain my grandkids when they come to visit. But before I could allow myself to get started on my project, I knew I needed to get some laundry going, and I need to get a few other chores done and get dinner started. And again, this is my how I keep myself motivated during the winter. The days can seem long. It can be hard to want to actually do some of the things sometimes, especially if you're a person that deals with any kind of winter downtime, which I do. It's better now as I've gotten older. It seems to have gotten much better, but dealing with like SAD, SAD, seasonal affective disorder, is definitely something that I have dealt with over time. But once I get all my chores done, then I usually start with dinner preps at least. And on this day, I was making a meatloaf. So I threw that all together. I use saltine crackers all crunched up in mine. I know some people use oatmeal or breadcrumbs. I kind of like the crackers in mine instead. And I know I see so many people nowadays using gloves to do everything, and I don't know if this is just like a fad or a new thing, but I don't know. I've been doing it with my hands my whole entire life. Nobody's ever gotten sick. Nobody has ever had a problem. Soap and hot soapy water goes a long way in cleaning up your hands and cleaning up any concerns about bacteria and that kind of stuff. So on this particular night, my plan was to make meatloaf and roasted potatoes. Pretty simple. I was going to throw a salad together, which I did, and I like to just get this all going. These things take a little bit more time to cook in the oven, and I figured once I had all that done, then it was time for me to be able to enjoy starting my Afghan. I poured myself a nice hot cup of tea, and then it was time to get started. Because I had filmed this over a couple days, the evening before, I had made a ball out of one of the skeins of yarn and got the base of this Afghan going. It's going to be a pretty good size Afghan. You can see the width of it here, and I think in total it'll be 72 rows. But now at this point in my afternoon, it was time for me to sit down and just enjoy the process. Again, like I said, this is kind of one of my rewards. Does anybody else out there start projects in the winter? Or let me know in the comments, what do you do in the winter to deal with what can be a very long season? But that is the routine that I have kind of settled into over the last few weeks, past the holidays and all. Just a very simple, enjoyable routine for me, that I take care of the house and I get all my things done, and then I sit down and work on my project. And as you can see here, I filmed this a few days later, so the Afghan is growing, and again, I really enjoy it. I will also spend the time often listening to audiobooks or listening to podcasts or things like that while I am doing my projects. All right, ladies, I really want to thank you all for being here and spending this time with me. I hope that you are surviving this winter as well. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye, friends.